continue the conversation. Look, now normally I give you all a nice little intro, but fuck all that because we were having a really dope conversation in the background. You know what I'm saying, behind screen. So we're gonna continue that conversation because it was a really dope conversation. DJ Michael B, will you please continue your elaborate point?
Okay, so before I start off with the point, I would just like to say welcome to PVT. Number one, number two. Have y'all ever realized the intro for PVT would fit a Pop Smoke song? Like I just realized that. Like I was rapping Dior just now, and I was like, huh, okay.
It actually would.
Yeah. Actually, that beat fits it very well. But go ahead.
I'll pick up where I left off. I got to shout out Willie for this one because Willie brought up analytics to killing the game. I think it's absolutely true. And we're talking about basketball for those of you out there that, you know, keep up with basketball. I'm about to throw out a couple of names out there. So Michael Jordan won a scoring title, averaging, I think it was like 36, 37, which was the last highest point per game percentage in the season. If analytics aren't killing the game, somebody please tell me why. James Harden averaged it, taking way more threes. Why is the number one team in the NBA, which is OKC, the number one offensive team? I don't remember what their record is now, but definitely number one in offensive rating. Tell me why they are one of the least, one of the teams ranked one of the lowest in 3-point percentage and 3-pointers. You know why? Because y'all got to get analytics out of your head.
Yep.
You have to get this shit out of your head because if analytics were absolutely the end all be all of basketball, the Warriors would have never won their fourth championship.
Yep.
With Steph Curry and Andrew Wiggins.
Yep.
Because your analytics would have told you not to play Andrew Wiggins and to start Klay Thompson and have Klay Thompson play because a 3-point shot is the better shot. You know what eventually led to Boston finally winning their first championship? Their defense.
Shout out to Drew Holiday.
And you see, and the thing that kills me, where did analytics really first get its start? You saw it first get its start in Major League Baseball with the Oakland A's. And then from that point, it just trickled down.
Say that again, Willie. With who?
Oakland A's.
Tell me the last time the Oakland A's won a championship.
Shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would just be the one to point out analytics doesn't equal championship.
No.
Because your analytics normally focuses on how well you could do certain things against certain teams. But when you're doing analytics like that, engaging stuff against different teams, you fail to do what, Moo? Find an identity.
Yep.
This is true.
Yep.
We're going to do this game. Then we're going to do this game. We're going to launch 53s in this game. We're going to slow back down to 22, and we're going to play hella defense. And you don't know when adversity hits and your back is against the wall.
Yep.
What exactly you're supposed to do, because you have nothing to hang your hat on. You don't know, like, hey, we ain't been the greatest defensive team all year. All we do is follow what coach said. We ain't the best people on the shooting team, but we follow what the coach said. Now, when your analytics fail you because people aren't making plays, a la the Houston Rockets going 0 for 27 in the fucking play. Oh, my God.
I was just going to say that.
Mike D'Antoni told his people in the huddle, analytics say one of these please eventually have to fall. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It does not. It does not. The analytics is telling you this is what is about to happen. Analytics don't equate to real life. That is the stupidest. You're playing percentages.
Yep.
And it's like Eric Gordon got frustrated and started driving to the basket and was getting easy layups. And I'm like, James Harden is one of the best drivers in basketball and drawing a foul. Eric Gordon is one of the best drivers in basketball and is good at drawing fouls. Obviously, Chris Paul got hurt, but you got Joe Johnson on the bench. You can shoot all threes you want. You're gonna take a bunch, you're gonna miss a bunch, but Joe Johnson gonna come down and put 2-pointers on your head over and over again. Matter of fact, when they put Joe Johnson in the game, since you trust in analytics so much, why didn't leave Joe Johnson in the game? Joe Johnson played 5 minutes and had a plus-minus rating of +13. Why you didn't trust the analytics then?
That's a good point.
Joe Johnson, Lou Williams, and you got these niggas on the board, man.
Because it didn't fit the narrative.
In the game, that's the biggest factor right there. Some of the best,
and they didn't keep him in the game because it didn't fit the narrative.
Their narrative was, we want to beat the Warriors at their own game.
Yep.
Like some jackasses.
Yep.
Yes.
The only problem is you don't have 3 of the top 10 shooters of all time.
Mm-hmm.
That is the issue. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Kevin Durant are all on the same team. I want to remind people, I know y'all two know because y'all watch Kevin Durant in college coming to the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, we were all literally saying like, yo, Kevin Durant might be the best shooter to ever live. People forget that because it was either going in or it was rimming out the same way Steph Curry does. We all thought that Kevin Durant might have been the best shooter and best scorer ever to touch the basketball at one point. We were like, yo, he could become the greatest scorer to ever touch the basketball. Obviously, that was his first 2 or 3 years. Steph Curry came in, he had ankle injury. So, and Kevin Durant won the scoring title, 4 years in a row? And everybody was like, yo, he is a cheat code. He's the best shooter. This is crazy. He might go down as the best shooter, and then Steph Curry ascended, and Klay Thompson ascended, and y'all know how that goes.
Yep.
But nonetheless, you probably got 3 of maybe the top 7 shooters of all time. And we're not talking about scorers. I know how everybody get confused between Right. I know how everybody gets confused between shooters and scorers. We're talking about shooters.
There's a difference.
Steph, Clay, Reggie, Ray, Dirk, Durant. Another underrated one was Michael Redd. Michael Redd was lights out.
Michael Redd was really underrated.
Yes.
Abdul Rauf.
Yep. That's a bad man.
Chris Jackson.
Kobe's mid-range, Jordan's mid-range, but we're looking at inside out. Maybe even I'd probably even throw Dale Curry in there, Larry Bird. I mean, KD did have a claim for being top 10. He absolutely did. Definitely.
Now, for sure. If everybody's wondering where this conversation is derived from, it comes from or started from what we had a little bit little dialogue backstage. Scottie Pippen coming out saying that even without Jordan, he would have still been able to acquire 6 championships.
He got to prove that.
Now that's what I said.
By the way, the actual quote was, if Kenny gets drafted to Chicago and Pippen gets drafted to, what we said, Sacramento? Is what Kenny got. Scottie believes in Sacramento, he would have got 6 rings.
Which is interesting because
it's not interesting, it's laughable.
BS.
It's not even
particularly the Kings at that time.
Because that was gonna be my point. That was gonna be my point, really, because the Kings at this time, right? I always go second year. I never go first year. The player was drafted. I always go second year. Mm-hmm. So you got Danny Ainge in year 7. You got Randy Allen, rookie. Ricky Berry, rookie. Vinny Del Negro, rookie. Ben Guillory, rookie. Michael Jackson, year 1. So he's already had a year in his pitch.
Who?
Thank you. Okay.
No. I know we ain't talking about Moonwalk, Mike. Ain't no way in hell.
Oh yeah, no. This is another. That was a very popular name.
I don't know if y'all ever watched those guys. Who? I watch them. They're funny.
Rodney McRae.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Rodney McRae.
I remember Rodney McRae as well.
Yep.
He played in Houston.
Ed Pinckney.
Oh God.
Harold Presley. Derek
Elvis.
Smith.
Elvis.
Hold on. You supposed to win a ring with that.
This is what did
that roster at that time.
I mean, this is
trash.
Yeah. The next
Can I just
year,
say trash?
The next year, They obviously Kenny the Jet. He gets doesn't finish the season with Sacramento. He gets traded to Houston.
Yep.
So
Thank you, Sacramento.
Yeah, because Kenny showed out in them championship game. He showed out. He led that team.
I'm just confused as like where the championships are going to come. where are the championships going to come?
That's what I'm saying. When you go back and look at that team, I don't see it.
Like 23 and 59 and 89 and 89 90, 25 and 57. Like I'm confused, bro, because it's like I don't see anybody that's jumping off the page to where it's like, okay, they're going to give Scotty ample help to the where it's like, all right, look at the Sacramento Kings. Like, we're not talking about the Kings until Weber gets there.
Yep.
That's when we started talking about the Kings. Like when Page gets there, right? When Vladdy
Page
gets
and
there,
Weber.
that's when we start to talk about the Kings. When Bobby Jackson gets there, right? When Mike Bibby
that man said Bobby Jack. Bobby Jack is highly underrated, bro.
Come on, man. When that crew gets there, that's when we're talking about the Sacramento Kings. Okay. But we're not talking about the Sacramento Kings in 80s and the late 80s and the early 90s.
Okay.
No.
So I got wait. I do got one pushback though. Okay. And hear me out on this. Scotty was drafted, 87?
Yes.
Well, he got, remember he got drafted by Seattle, then traded for Olin Polynese.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Scotty got drafted in 87. Maybe he might be talking about 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97. And hear me out. Because during that time frame, Sacramento did have a star player. Even though they weren't a good team, they did have what we call these days a walking bucket. And for those of you, I'm pretty sure Moo and Willie know who I'm talking about. For those of you that don't know basketball history, this guy is on on all the games. He's on the 90s, the all 90s teams. And this guy's name is Mitch Richmond. So maybe he's talking about the 90s when Mitch Richmond came to Sacramento after he left Golden State. Which was a big mistake by Golden State. They should have left Chris.
I'm still mad about that deal. How the hell you gonna break up run TMC? How?
Both. How? Why? That doesn't even
make sense.
But nonetheless, maybe he's referring to that. But even if he's referring to that, those Bull teams are still better than Sacramento. I don't give a damn. If they have Kenny the Jet, they're still better. And I am a Mitch Richmond fan. And that's why I like ISO Joe so much. ISO Joe reminded me so much of Mitch Richmond while he was in Atlanta, outside of obviously Phoenix when Steve Nash handled the ball. But his name is ISO Joe for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I thought Mitch was a better defender than Joe, but I got you.
Definitely. He definitely is. Oh yeah. Well,
a better off the ball defender. He was a better off the ball defender.
Joe played under Mike D'Antoni. I cannot fault him.
That's the thing that's gonna kill him. He didn't preach defense.
He didn't appreciate it. It ain't his fault. He didn't know how to play defense. But he did have some. If he was matched up against another star player, he did play his ass off on defense too.
Yeah.
Like what we said, the defense is 80% effort, 20% skill.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't forget, he made Paul Pierce touch the earth. I always have to throw that out there. Troy, suck it.
And if that was early, and you can make an argument. Early Paul Pierce had probably had the best footwork in the game. Early Paul Pierce. Not later on, but early.
You talking about 2003 Paul Pierce that got to the conference finals?
Yep.
With Austin Crosher and Antoine Walker and who else is on that team?
Do Austin Crosher like that?
Man, I could do Austin Crosher. Hey, he was a promising player at one point. Okay,
he was at first.
They got to the conference finals. He at least got to be some good.
Yeah. But I like Paul. I don't understand his takes now, but when he was a player in his younger days, he was, to me, it was good. Not as good as he thinks. Because that man was up here telling us something. I better than the Wayne Wade. Wait a minute. Hold up now.
All right, brother.
Hold up now. Pause. But You were good.
Okay. Hey. Just to be fair to Paul Pierce, he said just going back and looking at the numbers without the rings, you can kind of compare. So he was like, you can kind of compare them as they go along, first year, second year, third year. Their numbers kind of matched up until Dwayne Wade's like 6th or 7th year when he was a scoring champion.
Yeah.
And LeBron stole the MVP from him. And I will go to my grave saying Dwayne Wade was the 2009-2010 NBA MVP over LeBron. I don't give a damn what nobody else got to say.
I agree. You knew the win was going to be a problem when it came on Marquette. You knew it was going to be a problem.
Oh, easily.
You knew it was going to be a problem.
Easily. But it's just crazy that Scotty comes out and says that. And looking at that Kings roster, even with Mitch, the way the West looked, the way the East looked, you saying that you going to acquire 6 chips, bro? That's a wild statement, dog.
Let's be serious here. If Scotty played with Mitch in Sacramento, they're not better than the Jazz. They're not better than the Rockets.
Not better than the Spurs.
They're not better than the Spurs. They're not better than the Supersonics.
Nope.
Hell, they might not be better than the Lakers with Nick Van Exel.
Man. Nick
Van
was the
Exel,
truth.
Eddie Jones,
Nick Van Exel. Yeah.
They're probably not even better than that team.
Man, Nick was the man.
And see,
Nick was nice, boy.
And then Shaq came across there in 95, 96. Now you got to deal with Shaq.
Yep.
And the Lakers.
Yep.
Now you got to deal with Shaq, with Eldon Campbell, Horace Grant.
You know who made me sick though? Eldon Campbell made me sick though. How the hell you gonna come out and tell the media I gotta leave? I can't play with this man. What the hell? It's Shaq.
Eldon Campbell's a jackass because he wanted to be the starter.
Straight jackass. No, good and damn well you should have stayed at the Lakers. Come on, man.
Well, I mean, there you go. That's what you get. No, shit happens, and
sorry to take y'all off the dock, fans out there, but this was too good of a backstage segment to not have on air as well.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it wasn't too far off the dock. We were talking about Scottie Pippen, and we were going to talk about Scottie Pippen's comments on the dock today. So I mean, it was kind of spot on. I just wanted to continue the conversation from backstage.
Let me ask y'all
really good conversation.
Look, let me ask y'all a question then, okay? And I want to ask y'all this, and I don't mean to be an asshole of Scottie Pippen, but Scottie Pippen wasn't even the number one small forward of the 90s.
No.
Grant Hill was definitely before Scottie Pippen.
Oh yeah. Because if you go back and look at Grant was doing things that nobody else was doing at that position at that time.
Grant and Penny Hardaway were them, bro. Yep. Everybody thought those were the next 2 Jordans.
Yep. Before Penny got hurt, you couldn't tell me who wasn't going to be the next Jordan before he got hurt.
And then if we just add in forwards alone, he's not better than Grant.
Nope.
Not better than Malone.
Nope.
Not better than Weber.
Nope.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely.
Great defender. Can bring the ball up. Court vision was there. But
I might piss some people off with this, and I don't care. Well, before I say I don't care, he definitely wasn't better than Charles Barkley. But I don't care what nobody else got to say. He damn sure wasn't better than Sean Kemp. And y'all got me fucked up if you think Sean Kemp was the worst basketball player than Scottie Pippen in the 90s. Sean Kemp was averaging over 20 a game. Easily going crazy.
I agree with that.
And people forget Sean Kemp left Seattle and still averaged over 20 a game for 2 years straight.
Mm-hmm.
That was a Cleveland, right? That was a Cleveland, right? Yeah.
It's a damn shame Sean Kemp not in the NBA Hall of Fame because he absolutely should be.
He ate himself out the league though, because right after he left, he went to Orlando and got huge.
He got that money.
Yeah, he got that money and got comfortable. That's what that was.
He got that money and started eating steak and potatoes.
Yeah.
I don't even think he ate himself out of the league. I just think that when you get old in your career, and you're used to doing so much
Mhm.
and burning those calories, and you're not, because you got to think Sean was getting reps in practice, getting high reps in practice, and then getting high reps in games. And this is what
True.
happens to a lot of players when they get older.
True.
Unlike this, and this is where LeBron separates himself from a lot of people. Your appetite stays the same, but your cardio and your minutes go down. So you start to gain weight. Granted, even when Sean Kemp was bigger, he was still a good
He was
player.
still average. He was still doing his thing.
16, 17,
definitely.
18, all that. So
most definitely. Most definitely. Sean Kemp definitely deserves his flowers for sure. But
I might wait. Before we go any further, I'm about to piss a lot of people off on here.
Oh, go ahead.
Can we even say unequivocally? That's the word I learned from Stephen A. Smith, by the way. Can we even say unequivocally that Scottie Pippen winning a fight? Now, I'm not saying his skills one-on-one. In a 5-on-5 setting, can we absolutely say he was better than Clifford Robinson?
Damn.
Or DC?
Oh no, he ain't better than Derek Coleman. No. Derek Coleman was
Glenn Big Dog Robinson?
Nope.
Damn.
Nope.
Ooh.
Again, I'm a Bulls fan, and I will say what Scottie is: great defender, can handle the basketball, great complimentary player. He was the perfect player for Michael Jordan to have on that team. Perfect player. But let's not.
I know, Moo.
Let's not
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm over here like, damn.
Let's not overstate what Scottie Pippen was. And that's all he was. Cliff Robinson was a different story.
Oh,
particularly at the beginning of his career, the man was jumping out the gym. He was scoring. He was rebounding, occasionally bringing the ball up the floor.
Shout out to that man. Shout out to that Portland Trailblazer, bro.
No.
Hey, Cliff Robinson and Derek Coleman were two of my favorite players. Bro, if you didn't play NBA Live 95, you just don't know.
Go back. I'm a Syracuse Orangeman fan. Go back and look at those Orangemen's team when Derek Coleman was there with Ronnie Cycling and the crew. Going back and watch those teams. DC was the man.
DC is the reason why, and listen to what I'm telling you. DC is the reason why I thought Hakeem Warwick was going to be a big time NBA player coming out of college. I absolutely thought he was. But I give Scottie Pippen one thing. Once he left Chicago and was asked to take over his leadership as the leader in Portland, he did do a very good job in Portland.
He did.
Up until they got to Game 7 against the Lakers.
Oh, yeah. I
think I'll give the edge to Scottie. As far as Clifford goes, I give the edge to Scottie. It's not. I'm telling you, when I say the edge, I'm talking about like, y'all see that, right? I'm talking about like that.
What about DC? The only reason I pause on that is because when you go back and look at Cliff didn't waver during big moments. He didn't waver. He wanted the basketball during big moments. He wanted the basketball because he wanted to prove himself that I am worthy of where I'm at. Whereas Scottie, migraine game, really getting upset he didn't get put in the game for because they want Tony Kukoc to take the shot. Really, dude? Remember all that.
Hey, we're gonna have to talk about Robbins next week or something because I think this is I think this is a good show.
I think that's a good show.
We're gonna have to talk about Robbins next week. Best Robbins. But I mean,
Cliff was that dude, man. Cliff was that dude.
I think we'll all sit here and agree Kobe is the best Robin of all time. I think we'll all agree to that.
Cliff was that guy, man.
He was that guy, man. Shout out to that Portland Trailblazers team too.
Yeah, that Portland Trailblazers team was highly skilled and very underrated.
Oh yeah,
I freaking loved Cliff Robinson with a passion when I was younger. Y'all don't even understand. Cliff was my guy.
You can't tell me there was another player that had the whole. There was nothing the man couldn't do. He was a good mid-range shooter. Could rebound the basketball. He can block shots.
I was gonna say, and he played defense though.
And he played D.
So
Like,
here's my pushback on the second three-peat with Scotty being the number 2 on the team. My pushback is Scotty decided to sit out because he signed that dumbass long-term contract for however long.
And even Mike told him not to sign that deal.
The person that gave him the deal, Jerry Krause, told him to sign it. And no, my bad. Jerry Reinsdorf, the GM, he told him not to sign it.
Don't sign this deal
anyway.
Signed it anyway. Dumbass.
Nonetheless,
he still made a lot of money toward the end, but
yeah. Here's my pushback on Scottie Pippen saying he was still winning 6 rings and this and that, right? I just think Scottie Pippen needs to remember when he held out of his contract, the reason why he only came back was because Mike and Dennis Rodman together were an unstoppable force with Kukoc.
this is true.
Tony could play. Tony could play.
They were unstoppable.
Was.
Yes.
He wasn't just a rebound god.
No.
The man can play hoop. The man can hoop, dog.
Yeah. People forget he was with Detroit. He had a 50-point game in Detroit.
Dog, Dennis
could
play basketball. Okay, so, like, yes. Was he a hustle guy? Yes. Did he get most of his points off of hustling? Yes. But let me tell you something. There is always room for that kind of play that's going to out-hustle everybody on the court.
Always.
And when he
always going to shine.
And he wasn't the greatest free throw shooter in the world, but when he had to get him in, the man got him in. He showed that in Utah.
I love Dennis, bro. I don't care what nobody say.
The man was a problem. Speaking of Dennis, I like that DJ. You gave us a really good idea for a show next week. So we're gonna talk about that a little bit more backstage.
Best Robins in the game.
I really like that because it's going to transition to a different conversation that a lot of people have been having as of recently. But in other news, keeping it basketball though, y'all fellas checked out this WNBA and Rivals, man. I've seen this intense basketball we got going on.
I've seen a little in bits and pieces.
So if you guys haven't, or if you've been living under a rock, or you just don't really watch women's sports like that, like the fellas up here, Nephessa Collier and Breanna Stewart have started a separate entity league called Unrivaled, and currently they have a contract with TNT. Games currently come on TNT. The next game is next.
This is 3-on-3.
Yes, this is 3-on-3.
Okay, thought so.
Okay. Next games come on tomorrow, I believe. Just had the schedule pulled up here. Yes, so next games come on tomorrow at I think 7 p.m. Eastern or no Western time. Sorry. So it's probably gonna be later for you for the people on the East Coast side.
That's 10 o'clock for me.
Yeah, so 7:15 Eastern time and 8:15 Eastern time.
Okay.
These are regular season on TNT. But it's been some really, like I said, it's been some really intense basketball going on. Few players, notable players on some notable teams. We got Kayla McBride, Jackie Young, Stephanie Dolson, Alyssa Thomas, Kate Martin, and Tiffany Hayes, all on one team called the Laces Basketball Club.
Yep.
That's a roster.
These rosters are absolutely insane.
What's the name of that team you said?
The Laces Basketball Club.
That's a roster. Damn.
There's so much drama in the LBC. I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah,
that's a bar, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Oh no.
Yeah, it is.
You don't know. If you know, you
don't know. You don't know.
But and that's the thing. Like, I think the rosters are the craziest thing because you're seeing all these different players get to play together, right? Like the Mist, home of the Mist basketball club, right? First of all, the head coach is Phil Handy. Like let's start there. The head coach is Phil. Like, come on, dog. And then you got Courtney Vandersloot.
Wow.
Come on. Then you got Courtney Vandersloot. You got Dejanay Carrington, Rakia Jackson, Jewel Lloyd, Breanna Stewart, and Aaliyah Edwards on the same damn team.
Damn.
Like, isn't this is absolutely it's absolutely crazy. Like, just looking at these and that's why I think this is like a new kind of spin.
Diabolical.
It's nefarious work.
That's diabolical.
Right? You got the Phantom Basketball Club, Natasha Cloud, Satu Sabali, right? Marina Maygrave, okay? Sabrina Ionescu, right? Katie Lou Samuelson, and just to throw insult to injury, they added Brittany Griner.
Damn.
Brittany Griner in a 3-on-3 format is absolutely unfair, dog.
It is.
I don't care what nobody got to say.
It is.
But look at though, because it only gets worse. And when I say worse, I mean better, because this is probably the scariest fucking roster in the whole damn league. You got the Vinyl Basketball Club. Okay, now just fellas, De'Erica Hamby, Ryan Howard, Arike Ogunbowale.
Stop. Okay.
You can stop where you at.
See where I'm going with this?
You can stop where you at.
Stop.
Damn.
You see what the problem is? I didn't even get to Aaliyah Boston yet. That's the problem.
She on that team too?
Bruh.
Oh my goodness.
Bruh, this shit is crazy. Like, this is what it would be like if your favorite players teamed up.
Literally, that's literally what they did. Like,
Run it.
Hey, DJ, that's WNBA. That's WNBA 2025. EA Sports. It's in the game. It's in the game, baby. That's a video game.
Keep going.
I'm just looking at these rosters, bro. Like, what was y'all really was like? You know what? We just finna team up on. You know what I'm saying? We just finna get the best, like all of our friends or all the best players, and just say fuck it. Let's get it cracking, because the Lunar Owls Basketball Club, right? Starting off, Skylar Diggins Smith, right?
Bay.
Alicia Gray.
Okay.
All right.
Nephessa Collier.
Okay.
And then they go add Cameron Brink as soon as she gets healthy.
That's my girl. That's a tall drink of water right there, boy. Woo! That's my girl.
You and Troy could fight over that one.
That's my girl.
And they got Courtney Williams on that motherfucker.
Damn.
Dog, when I tell you that, it's just like I'm sitting here like
Cameron gonna be nice.
Man,
he's gonna be nice. Like, when she get healthy and come back, she's gonna be nice.
And it's like, oh my gosh, bro.
She was on her way before she got hurt.
Oh yeah, she was getting legitimately rookie of the year dogs.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what I like about this 3-on-3 game? It's full court. This is what the NBA All-Star game could be. Because you know how to change up the format for the NBA All-Star game, 4 teams of whatever.
Yeah.
4 teams of 7.
Yeah.
28, 29, but whatever. I think this is what the NBA All-Star format could look like in the future. Do I hate it? Yes. Do I mind it? No, because it's 30. It should be 30 players, 6 teams, and do a coin flip and see who gets a bye. I don't fucking know.
My only issue with the WNBA doing it: are we gonna get the best players, or we gonna get the BS we got now in the slam dunk contest? That's my only cause for balls.
They need to ban this, bruh. I've said for years now, Moo, you know this.
Mm-hmm.
I said for the NBA slam dunk contest, you pick 4 players to go do their research, sponsor 4 dunkers, and bring your dunkers to the slam dunk contest.
Yeah.
And give them the prize money.
Right.
But you have to incorporate your sponsor within your dunk package at one point. Whether that's jumping over them, jumping off their back, whether that's throwing the alley,
something.
Yeah. There's dunk leagues all over the bro. I just seen a dude on YouTube, and I know a lot of people gonna say like, but it wasn't a 10-foot goal. I seen a dude on the internet. They want a 9'5" goal or 9'6" goal. This dude did double between the legs on a 9'6" goal, and I'm like, why are we still having an NBA player dunk contest?
And see, hold on, because
why are we having dunk contests with people on the street doing better?
People like to say that, oh, it's not a 10-foot goal. It's not a 10-foot goal. There's a specific. Well, I mean, it's like that's the reason why, right? Because y'all say that, but it's like ask the like all these YouTube ballers, right? The Duke Skywalkers, the
Jordan Kilgannon,
the Jordan Kilgannons, right? The other Jordan that I freaking can't think of his damn name right now. But bro just did some crazy shit the other day, right? That is what we're looking for, right? That is what we're looking for. We need that. That is what we want back in the All-Star game.
Originality, creativity. But look, I seen this guy 10-foot goal on Facebook. I think he was in college. I can't remember what he was. This man ran up to the basket. I want y'all to stay with me. Put the ball behind his back, threw it off the backboard with his right hand, came back, hit it off the backboard again with his left hand, caught it, and then dunked it.
I just
probably the greatest dunk I've ever seen. I was like, yo, this is stupid. This is fucking stupid. You found a dunk, right?
I just found the person I was talking about. His name is Jordan Sutherland. The fact that this man, like at some point in time, y'all, they can't use the it's not 10 feet because what he does is 10 feet, bro. And he goes like over 10 feet, bro. Like it's like the shit that he does is absolutely like it's fucking stupid, bro. At this point, bro. Like he's coming up with that
shit. They could have stopped that shit when they were all impressed when Dwight Howard dunked on a 12-for-5 goal.
Honestly, like we just got to do something different, right? And I think with this unrivaled, I think with the pushing forward of 3-on-3 basketball, right? We're getting closer to what it needs to be. NBA Adam Silver. Let me look into the camera, bro, because you niggas got me fucked up right now. We almost there, bro. Do you understand? Okay. Do you understand, Adam? Adam, I'm talking to you right now. Adam, do you understand? We're right here. We're right here. Okay, we got Ice Cube. Now we got Unrivaled. The recipe is on screen. Okay, we are almost there. I'm getting ignorant. All right, we are almost there. Adam
Silver. Adam Silver.
King of the court. 3 dribbles. To motherfucking 12. Adam, make it happen, bro. That is what we want. We want the best niggas to go one-on. Fuck all this other shit. Fuck the NBA All-Star. Fuck the point total. Okay? Fuck all this shit. King of the court. All right? We gonna see who really got who. We gonna see who really got him.
Bro, even the 1 year, even the 1 year when they did a horse with Paul George, Kevin Durant, and Rajon Rondo, that shit was entertaining.
Literally. Had us on the edge of our seat, like, holy shit, what's gonna happen?
Bro, I remember watching and Rondo just sinking threes. I'm like, but I thought they said Rajon Rondo can't shoot threes. Hold on, my nigga, it's getting good.
Rondo couldn't shoot. Hold on, I thought Rondo can't shoot. Do you know how many niggas itch for a one-on-one battle because, you can't shoot, you can't do this, you can't guard me.
Let me tell y'all, Willie, I want you to hear this loud and clear. If they had a one-on-one back in 2013 with all the best NBA players or whoever, or all the NBA players, I'm taking either Joe Johnson or Michael Beasley to win. Easily.
You know what?
His favorite player.
You know what? I'm with you on Michael Beasley.
Hello.
I'm with you on Michael Beasley.
Hello.
Make a one-on-one tournament for All-Star Weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, a lot of these guys, bro, at the end, a lot of people, here's a perfect example. People don't know that when Steph Curry was on the under-17 team for Team USA a couple of years ago, who was the leading scorer for that team? Either one of y'all know? I'm about to shock you when I say this.
Was it Brandon Jennings?
No. The leading scorer for that under-17 team when Steph Curry was a senior was Patrick Beverly.
Pat Bev.
That's true.
Pat
You're right.
Bev.
35.5 points per game.
Pat Bev
was the best player on that team. But y'all don't see Patrick Beverly scoring. Y'all don't see Patrick Beverly, the guy with the ball in his hand, crossing people up and doing. No. Pat Bev eventually had to just find a niche in the NBA, and he did. Playing defense and being a pest. It's not only about where you get drafted, it's also about the system you're in.
Right.
Some people are rhythm players. Pat Beverly has always been a rhythm player. If he's not shooting a lot during the game, more than likely he's going to miss these threes, miss these 2-pointers, but he'll drive and get you some points.
For sure.
Those years he had in Houston showed that.
It's just location matters, man. Who you drafted to matters. System matters.
Do you fit in that system?
It's true. It matters. It matters. And I think that's what we're almost there, Adam. Adam, we're almost there, bro. We're almost there. Okay. Just give it to us, bro. It's okay. Just let it go. Let it happen. I
don't think Adam get it. You might have to draw that motherfucker a picture book.
It's cool. I got
draw him a picture book. He need a picture book. That motherfucker need a coloring book.
Hey, let's take it back. Just hearing that alone with that under 19 or under 18 team, whatever it was, when Patrick Beverly was the leading scorer. Mo, we talked about this on Basket. Willie, I know you keep up with a lot of basketball. Just to know that Patrick Beverly did that, I think we all agree that the Rashard McCants story that Rashard McCants gave is bullshit. And we all know that Patrick Beverly's story about it is true.
I can't stand Rashard McCants.
There you go.
Because McCants played basketball.
I can't stand him.
There you go. It's literally just that simple. It's quite literally that simple.
All right, man. Let's get back on topic with this doc. What we got next, Moo?
All right. Moving on to the next. We're gonna do a little pivot real quick.
And we do have another question of the day.
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna get to that. Don't worry, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. But we got so deep into the doc. We're just gonna move that. We're gonna move that towards the end of the show. Save the treat for the people. Because I did just pick up a few new comics. So go ahead and show those to the people a little later too as well. But as we know, NBA or the NFL is starting to wind down or wind up, however you look at it. Mark Andrews with a huge drop, huge drop, and the fumble against the Ravens or against the Bills. Now, I know a lot of people were trying to push certain narratives about Lamar and how he can't win certain playoff games, blah, 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 yada, yada, all the stuff like that. But at some point in time, when is the narrative going to change, right? And what I mean by that is it's easy to push off losses. It's easy to push off certain things against a quarterback because obviously they're the face of the franchise. They're going to be the first one to take all the interviews and all the questions, right? But at some point in time, we have to start looking at the others, right? We do that with basketball, right? Star players having a great series. The backup, or not the backup, the number 2 is having a great series, right? Number 3 may be having a great series, but the others, right, they aren't contributing in the way that they need to, right? So when you look at the Ravens, you look at the others, right? You got Derrick Henry that was virtually non-existent that game. Multiple drops, right? And I know a lot of people are going to sit up here and talk about the fumble and the interception, but this is how I know people don't watch film. in the first half, but it's not about how you start a game. Obviously, it's about how you finish. But just wanted to get you guys' thoughts on the game. What did you guys see in particular that you guys may have felt contributed to said Ravens loss? Willie, I'm gonna start with you on this one.
Todd Monken's play calling. I don't understand it. You got Derrick motherfucking Henry. You should be running that man 25, 30 times a game. That's what you should, particularly the fact that you don't have Zay Flowers in your lineup as your only really legit receiver. Yeah, I know Rashad Bateman's out there, but Zay Flowers is that dude. And
it's true.
You did not run the football the way you were supposed to with Derrick Henry. I don't understand why Todd Monken in certain spots likes to play hero ball. I want Lamar to be the hero. Get the damn ball to Derrick Henry. Let him run. Keep that Bills defense off. Keep that Bills defense guessing. Did him with the play action. The game is done. As far as Mark Andrews is concerned, look, he came into the season getting over injuries. Mm-hmm. And you saw Isaiah Likely take a little bit of that spotlight while he was trying to recover. But the thing with me, yeah, he had that fumble, but that catch for that 2-point conversion, he makes that catch 9 times out of 10.
9 times.
So 9 times he makes that catch, and that game is tied. People that want to blame Lamar, you brought up a perfect point, Lou. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And Lamar was going to finish well. He was playing well in that fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. And he had that drop, and that was pretty much about it. I don't blame Lamar for this loss. I blame Todd Monken. You the OC. You calling the plays. You're not using your personnel effectively. And to not run Derrick Henry against a defense like that. You know what I'm saying? The Bills is a bad defense. Not saying that. But they can be run on. And to run 20 times for 85 yards, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. So I blame Todd Monken for this loss.
This is true. DJ Mike, what you got for us, man? Oh, he's gonna cook.
Oh man, what is a nigga like me supposed to say on a Thursday? Let's start with this, okay? The offensive coordinators, who's to blame for this loss? And
Todd Monken.
I'm dead ass serious too. People can say whatever the fuck they want to say, and I don't care. If you disagree, you should watch film. The Baltimore Ravens had to drop 88 yards down the field with under 2 minutes left.
Ooh, talk about it.
Preach it.
My man's Lamar Jackson drove 88 yards down the field, scored a touchdown to Isaiah Likely. Number one, let's talk about this part. And I know you say he make the catch 9 times out of 10. I don't believe that, Willie, and I hate to do this to you and break it down. Every time the Ravens have lost with 1 possession or less in the past 7 years, they've ran the same play, and you know what happened? They got the same result every single time. Mark Andrews dropped the damn pass. Your first mistake was putting Mark Andrews on the field to run that play.
That's a very good point.
Your second mistake was not putting the guy that scored the game the game touchdown and put him in position to win, which is Isaiah Likely. You didn't put him in the game to run the same play you ran to Mark Andrews and lost 2 times before that with the same exact play because of a Mark Andrews drop. Why aren't you throwing the ball to Isaiah Likely? Next. Willie eloquently pointed out Derrick Henry only ran for
85 yards, 20 attempts.
He had 16 attempts. That's the second problem I have here. All year, Derrick Henry was getting 20, 21, 22 attempts, and you're running through everybody. What you did was you got away from running the football. Why? I don't know. Because the Bills' defense ain't good on the run. And I guess because Derrick Henry wasn't picking up 15, 16 chunks of yards at a time, but it's like, bro,
that's not the running back he is, though.
If I hand the ball off and you get 4 yards 3 times in a row, I get a first down, control this clock.
Exactly.
Every single time.
Exactly. Run the damn football.
This was not, and I know Mark Andrews dropped the ball, but this was not about Mark Andrews only. This was a whole team loss from the top of the team to the bottom of the team. And I know Lamar Jackson fumbled the ball or whatever, but I think the bright spots in the game were Lamar Jackson and Isaiah Likely. They have a connection.
Mm-hmm.
And it's better than Mark Andrews and Mark Andrews and Lamar Jackson. I also think they got the right running back because I actually did pick the Ravens going into this game and winning this game by 3 points. I did pick them. You play this game against tomorrow, the Ravens are going to win this game. Y'all talk about 9 times out of 10 Mark Andrews is going to catch the ball. 9 times out of 10 the Ravens are going to win this game.
True.
I'm not going to fault Lamar for the fumble. I mean, technically it's his fault eventually, but only reason why I'm not going to fault it, and y'all know this because Willie, you're in what? Florida? Atlanta?
I'm in Georgia.
Right. You're in Georgia. It's cold.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Moo, you're in. I don't think it ever rains
He ain't Southern California. He ain't seen no damn snow. He ain't seen no snow.
It's about an hour up the freeway.
Okay. So, but regardless, you played in cold weather. Do you guys know how hard it is for a quarterback to throw with a glove on?
Yeah. No,
if you don't know how hard it is to play with a glove for a quarterback that doesn't play with a glove, call Matt Stafford. Because 9 times out of 10, if that game is in LA, the Rams win that game easily. Matt Stafford is throwing for over 500 yards. It was horrible coverage all over the field. Matt Stafford, his hands felt like ice and he just couldn't throw the ball. Look, man, it's unfortunate what happened to the Ravens. I personally did think it was going to be Jalen Hurts versus Lamar Jackson in the Super Bowl, which is it's fine that Buffalo won. I'm not hating in no kind of way. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, I think, at this point, equally deserve a Super Bowl. I don't think I can be mad with either one of them winning the Super Bowl at this point. But the narratives of at some point you gotta blame Lamar Jackson because he didn't show. No, he showed up.
Mm-hmm.
He drove with under a minute and 30 left. He drove them 88 yards down the field. He showed up.
He played well in that fourth quarter. He played well.
He delivered the pass to Mark Andrews. So that was very catchable, and Mark Andrews dropped it. I feel for Mark Andrews dropping that pass or whatever, but Harbaugh has to do better.
Now there's a narrative going around saying that they might get rid of Andrews. Y'all better stop. Y'all better stop. Y'all better stop. Because at the end of the day, and I'm not saying it's a small amount of money, you only say if you let him go, you save about $11 million off your salary cap. And in this day, they ain't a whole hell of a lot.
Unless you get a star receiver in return.
You gotta get something. You gotta get something.
You would have to.
I think, and I love Mark. I love Mark Andrews. I love TJ Hawkinson. Those are my two guys. Unless you get a star receiver in return,
I'm keeping Andrews.
You got to keep Andrews.
Yep.
But here's what I will also say. Next year going in, Isaiah likely has to be your number one on tight end.
Oh, easily.
Oh, yeah.
It can't be
I think the roles flip from Isaiah being the backup to being a starter and Mark being the backup or the number 2.
Mark takes a more reduced role.
Yeah.
As far as Buffalo goes, I think in the game against the Chiefs, this is when it's going to show itself heavy that they don't have a number one receiver. I think this is because although Buffalo could pull the game off and win, but they're going to struggle to move the ball. they're going to struggle to move the ball because they don't really have a number one wide receiver.
Hell, you can make an argument they ain't got a number 2.
Right. You don't have
Yeah.
You don't have a player that you like, we're going to him
Mm-hmm.
no matter what. You don't have that guy.
Mm-mm.
You just got Josh Allen got to read through progressions, and Chris Jones is there. I just want to remind y'all, Chris Jones is there.
Yep.
And probably the best linebacker in the league. Chris Jones is there.
This is
and hey, it's gonna be difficult it's gonna be a difficult game. AFC Championship. I like the matchup. By the way, it should have been the Texans and the Bills, not the Chiefs and the Chiefs and the Bills, but what the fuck ever. I mean, the refs were clearly wearing the colors of the Chiefs for whatever reason. But I hear the arguments. I do hear the arguments. What about the turnover? What about the interception? Okay. What about the 3 extended drives and the 3 number ones, 15-yard penalties they gave them that weren't even warranted, and the Chiefs scored and capitalized on them shits? Number one, two Texans players hit each other helmet to helmet, then fell on top of Patrick Mahomes and then hit his helmet, and you throw a flag. What about Will Anderson picking up and pushing Patrick Mahomes instead of going helmet to helmet and try and push him, and you throw a flag for helmet to helmet? It just
ridiculous.
Bro, they extended the fuck out of drives for the Chiefs.
Ridiculous.
If you're gonna beat Kansas City, you're gonna have to beat them
outright. And this is the problem that I had. First of all, I do agree that with both you guys that it is Todd Monken's fault, and just like I called out John Harbaugh for early on in the season, I'll call him out for the same thing. You came out and lied, said that we didn't bring Derrick Henry here to put the ball in his gut 20 times. But as soon as you started to do that, you started to win fucking games. When you stop doing that, you lose games. And it's quite literally been apparent every single time he doesn't have 20 plus carries, you guys fucking lose. It is what it is. Like, run the ball. You don't have Zay Flowers. You do have a highly weapon in Isaiah Likely. You do have a weapon in Rashard Bateman that's starting to come alive. But they're not, at least from Rashad's point.
Shout out to Bateman, too. Bateman had a good game.
He had a great game, too. But at least to Rashad's point, he's not as consistent as we want him to be, just as Likely is. So with just one target, or even with just 2 targets when you have Likely and Andrews, you have to understand that you got to incorporate some other players at some point in time, right? And you got to open up the playbook, and you got to mix shit up, because at some point in time they start to catch on, right? When it comes to the Bills, obviously they didn't do anything special. They just didn't turn the fucking ball over. And when you have a pivotal fumble in the fourth quarter with less than 10 minutes left to go, that's literally a game killer every single time. So like me and Mel are going to get into a little bit more tomorrow. The Bills have to win this game outright. You can't leave it up to the refs. You can't leave it up for chance. You can't leave it up to a call. You can't even leave it up to a field goal, because we've seen what happened the last time you guys matched up in 13 seconds. So you got to beat them outright. You got to be straight.
Got to.
And you got to do it convincingly so that you guys can get to the Super Bowl and get over that hump to the point where, and get past that narrative that you can't get to a Super Bowl and that you can't win a Super Bowl, right? Because I still believe that that team and that city is cursed. Don't care, because there's no way you get there 4 times in a row and lose 4 times in a fucking row and you not be cursed. So I'm still on the train that they need to move cities before they're ever to win the Super Bowl. But I guess we'll see.
Shut up, Willie.
Hopefully they're able to get over this here hump and actually get to a Super Bowl, which means that we all need the Kansas City Chiefs to lose.
Can we please talk about the NFC, because I feel like this is the better matchup?
Oh, absolutely. As we know, the Commanders pull off a huge upset against the Detroit Lions.
Not an upset though.
Yes, it is.
And the only reason why I asked that question is because we all know Houston was banged up to hell and back.
Wait a minute. Listen.
We all know they were banged up to hell and back. And to make it so bad, they were banged up to hell and back on defense.
Okay, so I know Detroit hasn't been good on defense all year for the past 3 years. But listen, It's an upset because it's a rookie quarterback playing with a team that didn't make the playoffs last year.
And the biggest factor is it's an upset because that defense held one of the highest scoring, if not the highest scoring offense,
to 31
points.
So yeah, I think
it's not projected to be a really good defense like that. So
here's what I'll say though. I think man, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I love Jalen Hurts, and y'all know I'm a big Giants fan, just like I am a Texans fan. I love Saquon, but this dude Jaden Daniels won me over, bro. He's balling. Max Kellerman once said at some point, which is another reason why Stephen A didn't want to keep continuing with the show with him, because Stephen A tried to tell him he had lost his mind. Max Kellerman once said, at some point, we will see a rookie quarterback take a team to the Super Bowl.
He did say that. I remember that. He did say that.
And Stephen A told him he was crazy. It will never happen. This, and that. Not even past the second round. Stephen A. Smith went past the second round. And Jaden Daniels is a rookie. Bro, yep. Jaden Daniels, I can't sit here and say he's special yet. But he's one of a kind so far. Because no other rookie has gotten to the championship game as a quarterback.
I want to see what he does. I want to see with a full season of tape out on him. I want to see what he does next year.
You can hey. You can say that right now, but if he makes it to the Super Bowl, fuck next year.
You're looking at this year if he makes the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right.
He's the first rookie to take a team to the Super Bowl. So
I think the biggest factor here that people are missing is this is a winnable game.
Oh, yeah.
This is a very winnable game for the Commanders.
Jalen Hurts has not been playing well. It's been all Saquon.
And that defensive line has been playing out of their mind. But those DBs, their
DBs can be had.
They can be had. And the way Scary Terry's playing, the way De'Ami Brown's playing, the way Eckler's playing, the way freaking
don't even bring up. I hate Austin Eckler. I can't stand Austin Eckler.
I don't like Austin Eckler either. But the way he been playing,
he's
trying to have a resurgence of his goddamn career. Zach Ertz done woke up from his fucking long ass slumber. Like
he did. Hey. He did.
Let me ask y'all a question real quick. Okay. Is the best quarterback combination in this game Jalen Hurts to AJ Brown, or is it Jaden Daniels to Scary Terry?
That's tough.
Currently playing right now, right?
Yeah, currently playing right now. Who do you think got the edge?
I say Hurts and Brown. But that's only because they've been playing together a little bit longer.
Oh no, I'm basing it off of this season.
Oh, this season. Okay. I got you. Not all time, but okay. I got you.
All time we know it's Brown. We know it's AJ Brown and Hurts, but
if it's this season,
just this season, I think you have to go with.
I got Daniels and Scary Terry.
And Scary Terry.
If it's just this season.
Just looking at the frustrations that the Eagles have dealt with AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts all season, and looking at how Scary Terry has thrived under Jaden Daniels all season, I think the edge for surely goes to the young guys. And they're only
but you know what? I'm thinking a little bit different. If the Commanders are to win this game, I think Noah Brown's gonna have to get off.
It's gonna be on Noah. It's gonna be on Noah Brown.
It's gonna be on Noah Brown a little bit.
Noah Brown.
I think it's gonna be on Noah Brown.
You're not wrong. Yeah. You're not wrong. But here's why I think the Eagles are going to win the game. Right? And if I'm wrong, coming back on next week Thursday, I will. If I'm wrong, I'll be absolutely happy that I was about to say the Redskins, Lord Jesus, the Commanders win.
They might get back there.
They're trying to get it back though.
Yeah, I know they're just fucking stupid. America don't know what the fuck they want, but. No. I think Scary Terry will outplay AJ Brown, but here's the kicker. I think Devontae Smith on the flip side will play better than Noah Brown and have a big game. And Noah Brown, because of Devontae Smith and AJ Brown will have more yards overall than Scary Terry and Noah Brown. And I think that will be the biggest difference in the game. Saquon can run the ball and they throw all he wants to, but at some point, Jalen Hurts is going to have to throw this ball.
This is true.
I just think the Commanders are going to cover Scary Terry, double cover Scary Terry at the most crucial times. That's going to leave Noah Brown open. Noah Brown and or Zach Ertz.
Yami had
as Mo was saying, he's come out of his slumber. He's come back from the dead the last few games, and have been playing really well. I got the Eagles winning this game because of Jalen Carter.
I got the Eagles winning this game for two reasons. One, just like Willie said, Jalen Carter, that defense is playing, or just that front seven has.
That front seven is nasty. The secondary can be had, but that front seven
but that front seven has been stuff.
How dare you deny half of your history?
What?
And you don't mention DeJohn Cooper. How dare you not deny half your history and not mention DeJohn Cooper?
Hey, Cooper's been balling though.
He's been balling too. I ain't gonna say in front.
Cooper's been balling though.
He been balling too. I ain't gonna say in front.
But
you right. My bad.
I think the Eagles will win this game. And because of the refs, I think we're going to have a repeat of last year's Super Bowl.
God.
I got Eagles-Bills.
I got Eagles-Bills too.
I got Eagles-Chiefs.
Fuck the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I'm with you. But after witnessing the robbery we just seen on TV last week,
true,
I can't go against the Chiefs.
Let me ask you a question, though. Let me ask you a question, though. Here's my thing that I've always said. If it's a media-driven thing, the media wants Josh Allen to win just as much as Patrick Mahomes, if not more.
True.
So,
especially now.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, this might be the game that gets called fair.
I disagree. And let me tell you why I disagree. They are pushing this narrative of a player doing something Tom Brady never did. And they're trying to move past Tom Brady being in the Tom Brady legacy of the game.
That's true too. That's true too.
That's true too. Until you win 8 championships at this point.
I just think
no. If Patrick Mahomes comes out in three-peats, if he comes out in three-peats and he's a big-time reason that they three-peat, Tom Brady never did that.
Nope. Hey, but I just think this is Buffalo's time. I just think it's the Bills' time.
This is true. But if you three-peat and you go on to not win anymore, especially winning late in your career like Brady did with a whole different franchise, after everybody said he was washed up and done?
At some point, that division is going to get better at some point. And they're gonna get caught.
Hey, Moo.
Chiefs better do it now.
I 100% agree with you. But there are going to be people out there.
Oh, absolutely.
That will say Tom Brady never won 3 championships in a row. He won 2 in a row, never won 3 in a row.
Right.
And you're going to have that argument because till this day, you still got people arguing Joe Montana.
Joe Montana still got feats Joe Montana still got feats.
You got people arguing Joe Montana.
You haven't been touched. Joe Montana never threw a pick six in the Super Bowl. Never.
You got people arguing John Elway.
I don't know.
I'm just saying because now, Willie, before you say I don't know, just think about it real quick.
We talking about that time. We talking about that Terrell Davies team.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Well, John Elway won both of his Super Bowls with a Terrell Davis-led team.
Yes.
What I am saying is though, John Elway did make 5 Super Bowls. He was 2-3 in those Super Bowls, but nonetheless, he didn't make it 5 times.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Good point. Good point.
Fair point.
What's the Steelers from the 70s, the quarterback?
Terry Bradshaw.
Terry Bradshaw went 4-0 in the Super Bowl. I'm just saying, you still got people out there that question it. I mean, not saying they don't agree that Tom Brady is the GOAT, but they're like, hey, you're right here. You're 1 play away, or you're 2 plays away from John Elway being 5-0 in the Super Bowl. You are.
True.
Now,
Imagine if the Giants didn't do their thing against the Patriots, where Tom Brady would be.
Twice.
Mm-hmm.
well, here's the
That's
thing,
2
Willie.
more rings to his credit.
Hey. But here's the thing, Willie. Not only did the Giants do it twice, the Eagles replicated what the Giants did with a pass rush and beat Tom Brady too. Even though Tom Brady still threw for over 500 yards.
Oh yeah.
True.
Oh yeah.
My biggest blight to Tom Brady, my biggest thing to Tom Brady is you lost to Nick.
Don't do Nick Foles like that, man.
You can't do my boy Nick Foles like that, though, man. Hold on, man. Oh,
Granted,
Nick Foles, man.
Oh, wait. Not, but you know what though? It's an even bigger indictment on Bill Belichick than it is Tom Brady.
Yeah,
because Tom Brady's team was in position to win, and Nick Marshall's team down the field, and Bill Belichick's defense couldn't get the job done.
Yeah, and they had
Yeah.
a lot of Pro Bowlers and all pros on that defense.
Facts. And and Belichick got out coached.
Oh yeah, big time. Shout out to Dougie Peterson.
Yep.
I don't know if Belichick got out coached per se because the game was really close. I think the players made
what.
But the thing what Doug did, he called the play and they converted on plays where they normally when you wouldn't call a play like that, they took that risk and called that play and they succeeded.
And the difference was you wouldn't call plays like that against the Bill Belichick led defense.
Right. That play that Nick caught that touchdown. That play that Nick caught that touchdown in that game, you normally wouldn't call that.
That's true though.
The Philly special.
You wouldn't normally call that.
That's true though. That's very true. But as you guys know, we normally start off the show and open up with the comic book question of the day. But as I said, the conversation backstage was so fire that I decided to carry it live. All right. But as we are here, nerd question / comic book question of the day. So, fellas, don't have a display, don't have any pictures to put up today. It's just a straight question, okay? Just a straight question. All right. You get a choice of superpowers that you can acquire from any of your favorite DC / Marvel heroes. Okay. Now, this isn't a combination of powers. This is just your personal choice, a top 3, if you will, of if you had the choice, powers that you would acquire from either your favorite heroes and or favorite supervillains. Okay. Now we're gonna start with Marvel, then move on to DC. So, starting here with our current host of the One Geek Gauntlet podcast coming on Saturdays. Make sure you guys tap in with that. Go ahead, Steamin' Willie Beeman. Starting with Marvel.
Willie Beeman.
So we doing 3 for each brand?
Yes, 3 for each brand.
Okay, for Marvel, give me Franklin Richards.
Okay.
Give me White Crown Phoenix.
Ooh, okay. I'm with you.
And current Scarlet Witch.
I like that. I like that you
How
said
you gonna
current.
beat me?
If you
How you gonna beat me? As far as the DC side goes,
Stop.
give me.
We'll come back to DC.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead, DJ.
I'm just saying, take your time and think about it, because I don't want you to pick it on the spot, and then you're like, damn, I should have picked this, and this. So just
okay.
I like that. Go ahead, take us away.
Okay,
DJ.
go ahead, DJ.
Give us your Marvel.
World Breaker Hope. Winter Soldier.
Different.
And current Scarlet Witch.
See, I like that y'all going current Scarlet Witch. Y'all know what y'all talking. You know what you're talking about.
Because the only person I might sub is I might take Wolverine just because he has the regenerative. I can't even say the damn word.
His healing factor.
Yeah, he has his healing factor. But yeah, give me those three.
Can't kill Scarlet Witch. She just go right back to her realm, heal up, come right back and beat your ass.
I want that robotic arm from Winter Soldier. That robotic arm is
that thing is tight. That thing is tight. Boy.
And it's made by black people in Wakanda.
There you go.
Talk
about
boy.
it, DJ.
There you go, boy.
Yeah.
Can't beat that.
All right. So as far as my choices, I got two of them on my back. Wolverine and Deadpool. So you already knocked those out the park. Just because the regenerative.
I'm not even mad at that. I'm not even mad. I just watched the movie.
Those are my guys.
I just watched the movie. That movie's fucking fire.
And to point this out, I've had my tattoo of Deadpool and Wolverine at least 5 years before the movie come out. So I'm true to this, not new to this. Okay?
There you go.
And then my third is gonna be Nightcrawler, because if you know, you know. Okay, my boy Kurt is really
gotta know his powers. Yeah.
Right. Okay. But now moving on to the DC realm of things, DJ Micah B, I'm gonna start with you here.
All right. I am going with Shazam. I know this might surprise some of y'all because you got to say the word, but fuck Superman. Shazam is the exact same when he's assembled. And you get a Superman plus the family that all possess certain skills. So I'm going with Shazam or Black Adam, whichever one you want to take, because they're essentially the same person at different times. So I'm going with Shazam. Give me the Flash. And a lot of people out there only know the Flash for super speed, but we all know Flash for phasing through buildings, throwing thunderbolts, controlling the speed force,
time travel,
being able to throw lightning bolts without having to build up the speed and things like that. So give me Black Adam or Shazam, whichever one you prefer. The Flash, and give me give me the power of the ring. Give me Green Lantern. John Stewart's Green Lantern.
There you go.
And you see how he said John Stewart Green Lantern, okay?
Yeah, he said Hal Jordan. He said John Stewart. He said the brother. He said the brother.
Okay? He's keeping it in the family. You know.
Yes.
All right, go ahead, Willie. Give us your 3DC.
Give me Dr. Manhattan.
Figured I was going to hear his name at some point in time here.
Give me Dr. Manhattan. Give me Wonder Woman.
What you gonna do? Right? Wait. What you gonna do? Lasso me up and make me tell the truth if I kill somebody or not?
Understand what Wonder Woman is.
I was gonna say, if you're talking current Wonder Woman,
current Wonder Woman.
Oh,
current Wonder Woman.
Nikes.
Hey. Let me talk my shit about his pick. Let me talk my shit about his pick. I gotta hype my team up, goddammit.
But give me Dr. Manhattan, give me Wonder Woman, and for the last person, I'm gonna go with a pick that no one would see coming from me. I'm gonna go with the Spectre.
Ooh. If I was thinking, I'd have picked Silver Surfer. Oh my god, for my Marvel team, that's a good pick.
That's a really good pick. For my DC team, I like to keep it, simple. First is starting with Static. It's my guy. It's always been my guy.
No wrong with that. Ain't no wrong with that.
Shop. What?
Ain't no wrong with Static.
Static Shop.
If y'all can Don't know if y'all can see that, but
Yeah, I see it.
there
Yeah.
you go. Second, this may be a little unorthodox, but if you know about him and if you read his comics, because I know he doesn't get a lot of screen time, but if you read his comics, you know how clutch and how key my man is every time. Give me Plastic Man.
You know what? I ain't gonna even lie. That's a good pick.
I ain't even mad about that.
I ain't even mad about that.
Mm-hmm.
That motherfucker pretty much immortal.
Oh, see,
That motherfucker pretty much immortal.
If you know, you know. Okay.
If you ain't got no cryogenic technology or nothing that can freeze him and slow down his molecules, nah.
And even then, don't let even one molecule thaw out because it's over.
All it takes is one for him to regenerate.
No love for John Jones.
Oh, see, and that's the thing, right? My third, it was a really big toss-up because everybody who knows me knows that Martian Manhunter / John Jones is one of my favorite DC heroes. And in the process of planning my other tattoo for him right now, along with Cyborg. Just working on a back piece that's going to involve all my favorite Black comic book heroes, both Marvel and DC. But for my last one, who is also of the Brother Plus Persuasion, give me Firestorm.
Oh, what you gonna do with Jackson?
See, thank you. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. My boy Jackson really cooked. You know what I'm saying? Like he really does.
Hey, wait. I gotta ask you. You talking about Jackson with Professor Stein, or you talking about Jackson with Ronnie? I gotta know. Because they're two different things. They're two different things now.
Way too different. They're way too different beings.
Yep.
And they come with way too different personalities.
Yep.
But I've always been a Jackson with Professor Stein because you get that young animosity, intensity, but at the same time you get that kind of cool, laid back, chill. Like let's look at this from a methodical, kind of break it down kind of point instead of rushing it at first. So I've always kind of liked that combination. I've always kind of felt like they built off each other very nicely. But that is our comic book / nerd question of the day. Yep. Make sure that you guys keep watching, keep tuning in, because we are going to keep talking a lot of comics and a lot of nerd stuff every single time. Like I said, just recently picked up some new Jones from the store. Let me go ahead and see if I can adjust this camera real quick. Hold on one time.
I gotta get caught up on the Absolute series too. I'll probably go tomorrow and pick up those new books.
Well, you know what? While Moo's getting together what he's doing, Willie, I don't know if you watched Gentleman's Talk yesterday, but I got something for you, man.
You gotta remind me, dude. I forgot all about it. You gotta remind me. I could have been on there yesterday.
Well, I just gotta kind of. Don't worry, I got you.
Okay.
All right.
Well, Batman Rebirth. There you go.
I got the.
I feel like I do this thing, Willie, as you know, I do this thing called a crossover on Gentleman's Talk, and I feel like it's relevant for PVT, and I just want to, I want you to hear this thing out.
Okay.
Right? Moo, if you give me about 5 minutes, I know you know.
Do you think? I'm just showing off. Do you think?
You need me to sign all those? I'll sign it. Don't worry.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Please do.
All right, Willie. So, for you PVT fans out there, here's what I do. I got this thing called the crossover on Gentleman's Talk. Moo knows it. Moo loves it. Moo always chimes in. He be excited as shit when I do it.
Is indeed my shit.
So, normally I take one part of life and equate it to something else. Most of the time I take comics and equate it to real life. But this week, I took something that was near and dear to my heart and crossed it over into the world of sports. So, Willie, I am going to assume you listen to rap music. I really don't know, but I'm going to assume you listen to rap music.
From time to time.
Okay. Do you know a rap legend by the name of 50 Cent?
Yes.
And The Game?
Yes.
That would be one Curtis Jackson.
Yep.
Curtis Jackson, yeah. So 3 days ago, it will be the 20-year anniversary of this song by 50 Cent in the Game. And I know you know the song because I know you listen to rap music. And the first line of the song is, growing up, I was confused. My mama kissing a girl.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you know what song it is.
Okay.
So let's get to the chorus. The chorus says, hate it or love it, the underdog's on top. And I'm going to shine, homie, until my heart stop. Go ahead and envy me because I'm rap's MVP and I ain't going nowhere so you can get to know me. Now, when I spit this verse, everybody was like, okay, what you going to do with it? Here's what I did with it. The biggest upsets, because you're the underdog, the biggest upsets in sports.
Mm.
And I took 2 from every major sport in America, which would happen to be hockey, soccer, basketball, and football. Now stick with me, Moo, because I know you were on the show, but we kind of didn't get your input on the show. I know you were in and out back and forth because you were baking some cookies in the oven and getting shit out. Okay, so
shit, he ain't bring me no damn cookie shit.
I don't think you want no cookies.
I don't know if you
I don't think you want no cookies, dog. So Willie, how much you into baseball?
Yeah, someone into baseball, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna start with it's 2 for every sport. So we're gonna start with baseball. First one, the Diamondbacks versus the Dodgers in 2023 in the NLDS, where the Diamondbacks absolutely destroyed the Dodgers, and nobody saw it coming. Number 7 with baseball, and this is
them Stros.
It sucks, but the Stros lost to the Nationals in 2019.
Yeah,
and the Stros were favored heavy. They were the number 1 offense, number 1 defense, number 1 pitching, and they fucking lost.
On a baseball show, he knows his baseball.
The keys outside on the table. Going on to basketball.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to start with the 2006-2007s We Believe Warriors. Hate it or love it, the underdogs on top. They knocked off the number 1 seeded team in Dallas. They almost knocked off the Utah Jazz. But I think everybody loves the We Believe Warriors team.
Yes.
To the point where Steph Curry and these whack ass niggas is wearing their jerseys like they was following that team, and they weren't. Them niggas weren't no damn Bay Area fans. They kissed my ass. Going all the way back to the second thing I brought up, and I think y'all are going to appreciate this. The Houston Rockets defeat the Showtime Lakers in 1986.
Remember
Ralph Sampson and Hakeem Olajuwon. Over Magic Johnson, Michael Cooper, James Worthy, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar,
yeah.
Byron Scott, big upset. Ralph Sampson, they throw the ball in, he tips it backwards, and the ball goes in, and we all know how the rest goes.
Yep.
They lost to the Celtics, and that's okay. They lost to the Celtics because Hakeem proved that he was the coming.
Oh yeah.
For all sentences, and as a second-year player in the NBA, Hakeem proved he was better than Kareem. He proved he was better than David Robinson. He proved he was better than Karl Malone. He proved he was better than everybody, and he was the next coming. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Pulling off the upset, Miracle on Ice in 1980. Y'all know the story very well.
Sure.
Come on. What do we got to say? No professional hockey team. We pull a bunch of random people that auditioned and tried out, and they were so good, and they come through and beat Russia, who has a National Hockey League team that's been playing for years. America came through and won, which was a magical time. Unfortunately for me and Moo, I don't know about you, Willie. I don't know how old you are, but it happened before we were born.
Oh, I saw that.
It
happened in 80.
It was 80. Oh, but how old
were you in 80? I'm 53.
Not only were you old enough, you're old enough to remember the game.
I could have played in that motherfucker.
It's been a part of history, though.
No, number 3, and I think both of y'all will appreciate this. Number 3, pulling the upset, the Vegas Golden Knights' first season.
Remember that?
In the NHL.
Yes, sir. Loved it.
Not only they got to the playoffs. Not only did they win in the quarterfinals. Not only did they win in the semifinals. Not only did they win the conference finals. In their first season, the Vegas Golden Knights went all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals. And still to this day, I'm a Vegas Golden Knights fan for that. That is one of the most amazing things I have ever seen in sports. But as Skip Bayless says, here we go. Because these two football upsets are probably the worst on all of this list. Starting off on number 2. Super Bowl 25.
Oh,
the Giants over the Bills to start the streak of 4 straight losses. Oh, no, I lied. The second of 4 straight losses because the Redskins started off.
Redskins been in the year before.
Redskins started off.
The Redskins started off.
Shout out to Doug Williams.
Shout out to Doug Williams. Shout out
to Doug Williams.
Shout out to Doug Williams.
Get a repeated history. I'm not even gonna lie.
Do you understand? LT and them boys did a number on the Bills to give them their second straight loss out of 4. LT and them boys, oh my God. And GQ thought the number 1 upset of all time was going to be the Giants beating the Patriots in either one of the Super Bowls.
No.
And that's not what it was. But I think between Willie and Mew, I think y'all could appreciate this. It didn't have nothing to do with the Giants versus the Patriots. It didn't have nothing to do with anything with oh my God, who did the Rams play against? It had nothing to do with the Titans.
Rams Titans. Yeah.
It had nothing to do with the Titans beat the Patriots in the first round of the playoffs. No, it had nothing to do with that. But y'all are gonna love this because this has everything to do with 2011 when Mark Sanchez and Chris Ivory walked into New England and beat that 2011 Patriots team with Julian Edelman. What's homeboy name that came back from the 04-05 team?
They had
the receiver that one final. No, not Wes Welker. No. Oh my God.
I can't remember.
That was the team with
He was a receiver, and I can't think of his name right now.
I can't remember.
That was the team.
We gotta look this up.
Give me a second. I'm gonna tell you who it is.
We gotta look this up.
They
came back.
Had a few ballers. Hold on, wait, because he did. Hold on. Let's see, that's gonna. It's gonna annoy me now. Hold on. Wait a minute.
I had his name early and I forgot.
They had some niggas on that team. Yeah, Deion Branch, Julian Edelman, Chad Ochocinco, West.
Deion Branch. That's exactly who it is. Deion Branch came back from that first Patriots team that won the Super Bowl in 2001 to this team, and they got waxed by Mark Sanchez and Chris Ivory and the Jets. Nobody thought the Patriots were going to lose that game. But somehow, some way, Chris Ivory ran for over 100 yards. Mark Sanchez and company kept it respectable. And then when it came down to it, Mark Sanchez marched down that field and scored that touchdown. The Patriots went.
That's why you play the game, buddy.
I was gonna say that's why we.
That's why you play the game. Because the Patriots are heavily favored.
I mean,
and I would just like to go back and say, hate it or love it, the underdog is on top. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is when the underdog overcame the obstacles. And that is my top favorite ones, my top favorite 2 from each sport all time. Granted, I hate the Patriots, so whenever the Patriots lose, I'm always gonna.
Hey, can I give honorable mention?
Yeah, go ahead.
Quick? Tim Tebow over the Pittsburgh Steelers.
R.I.P. Demarius Thomas.
Oh man, R.I.P. Demarius.
First player overtime at the 20-yard line. Tim Tebow throws an 8-yard pass. Demarius Thomas gets the pass and goes for a touchdown. 88-yard touchdown round. On to the next one. And the Patriots kick their ass in the second round.
Yep,
But
they got
man,
in the second round. They got
but
their
man,
ass
oh
destroyed.
man. Hey, but man, oh man, was it fire to see what happened actually happened.
Yep.
Most definitely. I love that. And that's the reason why I love the crossover, because it's such a beautiful segment and it always ties in so beautifully.
There's so many upsets that you can go back and look at, man.
So
many upsets you can go back and
Moo,
look at.
let me ask you a question. On Best of the Best, when we had in the post, does it make sense now how serious I took in the post?
Yeah, most definitely. Most
Okay.
definitely. Very, very, very meticulous, very, very methodical, very thought out. And that's the reason why I love it. Because every single time it's something new and it gives you a new perspective that you didn't really think about. So shout out to you. I love that. But
you know I take my time and just I do my research.
Yeah, and then that's the reason why I love it, man, because it's very thorough and thought out. A lot of people don't take the time to do that, especially tied in with different sports, because a lot of people don't watch different sports, but not over here, because we are PVT and we watch everything that has to do with sports because we are like that. But as you guys know, we like to get our final thoughts before we get up out of here. So DJ,
no. We got one more topic to talk about, and I didn't get to put this in the group because I was so busy at work today.
What you got?
That nigga Moose sat back like, what the fuck this nigga talking about? I'm gonna bring it up one more time because I feel like we talked about this again. Clarissa Shields and Layla Ali.
Oh yes.
Oh, okay.
So me and DJ were talking throughout Facebook all week about this, and it had been crazy because he had just bought this up last week on PVT, only for us to see their kind of beef kind of transpire on Facebook throughout the week. So go ahead, DJ, what you got?
I feel like right now they both got an honest claim. But Willie, Moo, y'all know when I say this, I'm also not stupid and naive. Things like this favor the youth.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Unfortunately, things like this favor the youth. Do I think Layla Ali could win the fight? Nope. 15 years ago, would she win the fight? Yep.
Yeah.
Right now? And the beef that they got going on back and forth annoys me. Because when Clarissa was young and just came in the game, she wasn't talking shit.
True.
But when Clarissa was young and just came into the game, Layla Ali wasn't also trying to daughter her ass.
Also true.
Right.
So here's my question to you guys. Not who is winning the fight, but whose side are you taking on this?
That's tough. That's tough.
That's very tough. Damn. And see, this is the reason why I say it's hard, because it's like the LeBron Jordan debate. They never got to play, so you can't really tell who would be quote unquote better in that type of situation or scenario. But Layla paved the way for what we know women's boxing is today, and the groundwork that she laid will never be forgotten. Not to mention
Right.
the record in which she produced as a fighter in the weight classes that she did it, in the way that she did it, the route that she took. Being discriminated against not only for being a woman, but for being a Black woman. You know, the milestones that she had to face, the trials and tribulations that she had to face, just knocking off the narrative of me and Ali's daughter and trying to come into her own as a boxer. She had to go through a lot, man. So like that can't be ignored to side with one Clarissa, who is a straight monster in her own right. When it talks about ring IQ, cutting off the ring, picking your shots, defense, just overall skill, footwork, placement of shots, bro. Like it's just what she does in the ring. And I know a lot of people would like to point at her knockout numbers, but boxing isn't always just about knockouts, right? It's called the sweet science for a reason. And the way that she methodically picks apart her opponents in the ring is something that I've never seen before, especially coming from women's boxing. So she has a right to, look at herself as, the greatest, if not one of the greatest, right? But just like I said last week, there's somebody who's been knocking at your door, and I know a lot of people are skeptical about the fight, but I feel like if you really want to put the haters, you really want to put the doubters to rest, you gonna have to step in that ring with Alicia, dog.
Yep.
You and Alicia got to dance, man. That's what it's gonna come down to. But I don't know if Alicia's gonna have to come up or you're gonna have to go down. I don't know, but both of y'all respected in your respective weight classes.
She'll probably go down, don't you think?
I think that's probably what she would have to do in order to really solidify her greatness, as far as being a champion in multiple weight classes.
Yep.
So, and I think that'll be the biggest challenge for her, is going down to something that small when she's never been that small. So meeting Alicia at her weight and beating her at her own weight would be a milestone.
That's a statement.
Never seen. That's a huge statement that
Huge
we've never seen before. So I think in order for, and I know she's doing the MMA thing, doing the whole crossover thing. But I think in order for the critics to kind of be silenced and for her to kind of take that next step, I think that's the fight that needs to happen. And
agreed.
It's a closer fight than a lot of people think.
Oh yeah. Agreed.
All right. Well, before we get about here, my final thoughts are: make sure you tune in tomorrow, where Moo and Mel, they talk that ish inside the huddle every Friday. Make sure you tune into that. Best damn football show on the internet, period. I try to tell y'all that every week. Of course, Monday, don't miss the basket. Wednesday, of course, don't miss Gentleman's Talk. And then, of course, next week, right back here on a Thursday, PVT, don't miss it. Me, Willie, Moo, you got all of us. I'm out.
Yes, sir. Willie, go ahead and give us your final thoughts, man.
All right, real quick. First off, fuck Jerry Reinsdorf. First, fuck Jerry Krause. Fuck Rob Manfred. And fuck you, Tom Thibodeau. Don't forget to check out the Sports Report podcast every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. We're on right after Basket to Basket. We'll be on our Facebook channel, on YouTube, as well as Twitch. Getting you caught up in the world of sports. And then, of course, you can check me and the crew out on Saturday nights, the Geek Gauntlet podcast. You fellas are more than welcome to come on. Every Saturday.
Sir, I need that link, man, for sure.
Every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern, we talk comics, we talk gaming, we talk anime, we talk about it all. So definitely come on out, check us out, the Geek Gauntlet podcast, every Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss it.
Hey, y'all heard what the fellas said. Make sure you tap in with all the shows and through all the platforms. Keep following us, keep subscribing, keep liking, keep commenting, and we'll keep coming at y'all with this dope ass content. So make sure you don't miss this plane. Like my boy Wiz said, my boy DJ was singing that, was rapping that early Wiz, you know what I'm saying, before we got on show. So I had to make sure that give my boy Wiz a shout out. But make sure that y'all tap in with the rest of the show throughout the rest of the week. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. We gonna see y'all next week. Till next time, peace.